Top 5 richest men in human history. If someone were to ask you who is the richest man of all time, the name Bill Gates or Warren Buffett might pop into your head. Although those men are exceedingly wealthy, they are far from the top 5. The richest of the rich belong in a separate club than the rest. It is a club for men who have built legendary amounts of wealth and monumental legacies. Here's a list of the top 5 wealthiest men in human history. Number 5. Osman Ali Khan, Asaf Jah VII. Osman Ali Khan was born on April 6, 1886 in Andhra Pradesh, India. In 1911, he succeeded his father as Nizam of Hyderabad, following his father's passing. During his 37-year reign as Nizam, Osman established many policies that resulted in great benefits for his country. Electricity, railways, roads, and airways evolved rapidly. Not only that, but the Nizam Sagar Lake was excavated and multiple irrigation projects were put into place. Osman also donated a massive amount of money to educational institutions such as Jamia Nizamiya, Banaras Hindu University, and Aligarh Muslim University. By the time he passed away in 1967, he had 7 wives, 42 concubines, and a fortune worth nearly $230 billion. Number 4. William Henry Vanderbilt. Born on May 8, 1821 in Brunswick, New Jersey, William Vanderbilt was one of 13 children and the son of Cornelius Vanderbilt, one of the world's most imposing industrialists. Often dismissed as an incompetent by his dynamic father, William was exiled to a farm on Staten Island. Just 8 years after his father's death, William Vanderbilt passed away. Incredibly, in his short time as president of various railroads, he had doubled his family's fortune from $100 million to an incredible $200 million. Today, that fortune would be worth a whopping $239 billion. Number 3. Nicholas II of Russia. Nicholas II was born on May 6, 1868, and was the last Tsar of Russia under the Romanov rule. Alexander Alexandrovich was heir to the Russian Empire and the father of Nicholas II. Alexander, a very influential figure on Nicholas as he grew up, is often credited with shaping Nicholas's religious values and strong belief in an autocratic government. Soon after, the Bolsheviks incited a civil war, and ultimately Nicholas II and his family were murdered by the Bolsheviks. During the 50 years that he was alive, Nicholas II amassed around $900 million, which is the equivalent to $300 billion in today's dollars. Number 2. Andrew Carnegie. A self-made industrialist and steel tycoon, Andrew Carnegie was one of the wealthiest businessmen of the 19th century and is solely responsible for the establishment of Carnegie Mellon University. Carnegie was born on November 25, 1835, in the town of Dunfermline, Scotland. In 1848, his family sought passage to America and eventually settled in Pennsylvania. In 1901, Carnegie removed himself from the corporate world and sold his business to United States Steel Corporation. The sale earned him more than $200 million, which in today's market would average out to around $310 billion. Number 1. John D. Rockefeller. John D. Rockefeller is often referred to as the father of the oil world. Born in 1839, this oil tycoon eventually became not only the founder of the Standard Oil Company, but one of the world's wealthiest men, thanks to the favorable economic and industrial conditions of the early 1870s. Standard Oil began to thrive. Rockefeller's drive was intense. He wanted the company's operations and margins to continuously rise. When Rockefeller passed away in 1937, his assets were responsible for 1.5% of America's economic output. Today, his net worth would be around $340 billion.